So a lot of people are angry about Halle Bailey being casted as Ariel in Disney's live action version of The Little Mermaid, and to a point I do agree with some of them, but not for the reasons you're thinking. So if you haven't heard yet, Halle Bailey is our live action version of Ariel from Disney's version of The Little Mermaid, which was released way back in 1989. We're going to be addressing some criticisms and some arguments that people have put out in defense of Halle Bailey being casted as Ariel, and talk about her past work and a lot more. Now of course there are going to be people who don't watch this whole video, so if you're just going to leave and not hear my full opinion and everything I have to say, then leave right now.
That's bait.
So first off, is she a good pick? Does her previous work say yes, she's going to be able to carry this whole movie as the main character? For those who have watched my channel for any time, you know that my casting videos usually like to look at her past work, awards won, etc. to see if this is a good pick. I did it with the Batman casting, I did it with the Stargirl casting, and we're going to do it with the Ariel casting. So Halle Bailey has worked on some Disney shows, including Austin and Ally as a side character, Let It Shine as the choir girl #1, and her most recent work was on Grownish, a TV show where she stars in 29 episodes. Now she has other projects, but they're pretty small and don't really tell me that yeah, she's a great fit. These do not point with having the ability to act at a high budget live action movie based on one of the most iconic characters in Disney's animation lineup. But does that mean she's gonna give a bad performance as Ariel? No, of course it doesn't. We've seen people do great performances with similar work history, and her acting in Grownish wasn't bad from the clips I've watched. If you look at her previous work and base her acting ability to carry her own film off of that, then there are definitely better actors to choose from. There are some people who are mad at this casting because of her skin color and her hair color, something that's created somewhat of a controversy and having a lot of people on the opposing side calling these people racist. If your reason for wanting a white Ariel is because you want it as close to the animated film as possible and want to feel like you're watching a live action version of The Little Mermaid, which is what Disney's doing, then no, you're not racist. No, racist would be if you think her being white would bring out a better performance for Ariel, even if they pulled some random redhead off the street with no acting experience. The definition of racism is as follows: a belief that a race is primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that the racial differences produce for more inherent superiority of a particular race. If you're ignoring their past work, what they've proven they can do in their acting ability, and just basing it off their skin color, then of course that's a racist opinion. Now where I land on this side is I believe if Disney wants to recreate this movie into live action, stick to their adaptation and make sure this actor can act. Make sure she can carry her own in her own film. If they really want to get someone who isn't white, they should cast someone who can bring out the innocence and the childlike nature that Ariel has in the animation that they're basing this movie off of. I mean, it's like I said before, Storm Reed is a great choice if you want to get someone of color to be as Ariel. I mean, heck, even Anna Kendrick would be a great choice as Ariel too. Now I want to address the people who say, well, the original story didn't even have anything close to Disney's version of The Little Mermaid. She was blonde. To those people, I'd like to say, well, this is a recreation of Disney's version. If they were trying to recreate the original story, then I'd say you have a point. But they're trying to recreate Disney's version of The Little Mermaid, the animation. So sticking as close to the character as possible would be the smartest decision. If Disney wasn't trying to do a live action recreation of The Little Mermaid, I would say fine, it doesn't really matter too much of how Ariel is going to look in this movie, but that's not what they're doing. They're trying to recreate their animation into live action. They did it with Dumbo. They also did it with Aladdin. They did it with all these movies. They're doing it with Lion King. Have you seen those comparisons? They're almost one-to-one with the animation. It has more to do with her being able to carry her own movie than really the skin color in the first place. Don't let the fact that she doesn't look exactly like the Ariel in the animation slide, but the fact that they got this actor to act as Ariel who doesn't really have anything that she proves that she can hold her own in a live action high budget movie is really concerning. But those are my thoughts on this casting. Tell me yours in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe for more movie news and more videos like these. See you guys later.